From a penalty so crazy it made a dude shave his hair to the worst Panenka attempt you'll ever see. These are the 15 funniest penalty kicks in football. And first up, Messi hit joke mode against Ecuador. Messi was repping Argentina in the Copa America quarter-finals, and with Messi on the team, in fact, with the whole Argentina squad in general, it was supposed to be an easy win. Somehow the Ecuadorian team managed to hold their own, and by the end of the game, they'd held Argentina to a 1-1 draw. Now, with the new format at this year's Copa America games, there was no more extra time, meaning knockout games that ended in a draw were going straight to penalties. As captain of Argentina, Messi decided he was going to go first for his team. To be fair, he used this same strategy at the World Cup final in 2022, and it paid off, so him going first seemed ideal. The rest of the team could watch him score and take notes. The only problem was that this didn't happen. Messi decided to play a crossbar challenge, with his country's hopes on the line. He was playing a different sport. No one knew it yet. Someone told Messi he gets extra points for hitting the bar like that. I used to think Messi's penalties was the worst Panenka I'd ever seen until I met this next dude, Raheem Sterling. In 2019, Sterling was having an amazing year. He couldn't stop scoring goals for City, and on the same hand, Pep Guardiola couldn't stop playing him. Sterling and City were playing Leicester City in the Carabao Cup final quarter-finals. And being the defending champions, Pep Guardiola wanted to field a team he knew would be able to get the result. But this one went to pens, and Pep figured he'd let his trusted head take it. Sterling was one of the names on the list, and when it got to his turn, my man placed the ball down on the spot, took a deep breath to ready himself, and then did this. I mean, come on, all of that build-up for this? Damn man, what the heck? Sterling completely cleared the post and looked like he was aiming for behind the goal rather than inside it. Safe to say, Sterling won't be attempting Panenkas anytime soon, or penalties either. No wonder Cole Palmer gets vexed when he sees Sterling begging him for a shot at one. Ouch. This one's funny, but probably not as funny as the time Krasnodar's Safonov got credit for a save he knew nothing about. In the 2021 UEFA Champions League group stage, Chelsea was facing Krasnodar away from home in the competition. Just 14 minutes into the game, Timo Werner got fouled in the box and Chelsea got a pen. It should have been a guaranteed goal. The guy who stepped up to take it, Jorginho, well, he rarely misses from 12 yards. Jorginho placed the ball down and it seemed like it was going to be business as usual. Except this time, Jorginho hadn't counted on the fact that it was possible he could run out of luck because, now here's where it gets funny. Watch the goalie's face. The ball came back to him after hitting the post and bounced out. And in his mind, he just made a save off Jorginho's penalty. Amazing! Safonov took all the praise, but at full time I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been feeling much like a hero anymore. Chelsea won the game 4-0. Some penalty misses leave you stunned, and some are so crazy they make you shave your hair afterward. Don't take it from me, ask Sergio Ramos. Now, Ramos was playing for Real Madrid in a must-win game in the 2012 Champions League semi-finals. Real Madrid had been sensational that season. They'd played some of their best attacking football at that point under Jose Mourinho, but they also hadn't won the Champions League in over 8 years. And this felt like the perfect team capable of winning it. Still, they had to beat Bayern Munich, and on their part, Bayern wasn't going to make it easy for them. The game finished level on aggregate, and after extra time, the scores remained the same way too. So it was down to the inevitable. Penalties were going to decide this one, and looking at the Real Madrid team, it was like they knew they were born for this moment. Their list of penalty takers included guys like Cristiano Ronaldo and Kaká, two specialists from the spot. But it's funny how football works because these two guys went up first and second for Madrid, and both missed. The pressure was on Sergio Ramos to score or else Real Madrid would be out. My man put the ball down, steadied himself, did his run-up, and boom! Sent the ball into the stands. Seems like the miss couldn't get out of Ramos's head because by the time the new season kicked off, he'd cut his hair off. Think shaving hair is the craziest thing a penalty miss can do to a player? How about the guy that decided to retire after missing one? Mark Noble. Now, Noble's case is very peculiar. He was on the bench for West Ham when they took on Manchester United in the league. The match was all types of back and forth, especially in the closing stages. West Ham was chasing the game when they got a penalty late on, and with it being a high-pressured situation, coach David Moyes decided he wanted his best penalty taker on the pitch for that moment. So he had Mark Noble subbed in just to take the penalty. Noble's first touch of the ball was supposed to be from 12 yards to rescue a point for his team, but my guy missed and retired at the end of the season. That's not the best parting gift if you ask me, but what do I know? Some penalty misses are as funny as they are unexplainable, because what the heck was this next dude doing? Back in 2021, Welbeck was playing for Brighton when they took on West Brom away from home. Both teams were always going to be difficult against each other, but with the quality in the Brighton team, they soon found an opening and won a penalty. Welbeck decided it was going to be his moment, so he placed the ball down with the confidence to take it and bang it in. The only thing is, the confidence must have been in his mind, because when it was time for him to actually take it, Welbeck didn't just fluff his lines, he became an instant meme. Hit the bar and still tried to take a rebound that went wild. Even if he'd scored, it wouldn't have counted, and the reason for that is that it's illegal to play the ball directly from the post, since it'll count as a double kick. This rule aside, that face from Welbeck is pure comedy gold. Reminds me of the face Ronaldo made after a rare blip against the Irish. I bet Ronaldo doesn't think it's a joke now. The curse of the Irish is real. See, in 2021, Ronaldo was on international duty for Portugal versus Ireland. The team was playing well, and pretty soon they won a penalty. Ronaldo was on the pitch, so there was no question about who was going to take it. But the drama started seconds before Ronaldo placed the ball on the spot. He hit Dara O'Shea, and while he thought he'd escaped the incident, what CR7 didn't know was that he'd just bagged for himself the curse of the Irish. Ronaldo took his usual run-up and hit this one expecting it to be business as usual, but Gavin Bazunu had other ideas. The 19-year-old saved a penalty off the GOAT. To put this one into context, Bazunu wasn't even born yet when Ronaldo started his playing career. That's the guy he couldn't score against. Ouch. On his part, Dara O'Shea wasn't happy with Ronaldo's antics. I guess it's normal for anyone to try and put off an opponent trying to score his team, but Ronaldo's response was to hit him in the face. Brutal. Still though, Ronaldo's miss wasn't as bad as over in France, when Neymar tried to make a goalie look stupid but only embarrassed himself. Neymar was playing for PSG in the French Ligue 1 versus Nantes away from home. Messi was in the attack too, but Neymar was determined to make this one all about him. As the game went on, PSG got a penalty and Neymar immediately reminded Messi what the deal was. See, they both bet on who was going to subscribe to Mr. Football first, and Neymar won the bet, meaning he got to take the penalty, while Messi and the rest of the team watched on. Now, Neymar's not a regular penalty taker, so it seemed because of this one he'd prepared a special trick to deceive the goalie. Instead of a regular run-up and just blasting the ball, Neymar took his time, with multiple steps and finally playing the ball, but it ended up looking like this. Damn, it was like he'd laid the perfect pass for the goalie to hit keeping practice drills with. That penalty was so bad, even Messi couldn't hide the laugh. Dude was caught laughing at his teammate in 4K. Looking back at it though, I'd rather be Neymar and have the goalie save it like this than be Big Meeks and switch sports mid-game. Michael Richards was part of the Manchester City team that took part in the International Champions Cup back in 2015, and the friendly game against Olympiacos went to penalties. Richards was one of the penalty takers for City that evening, and with the look on his face as he approached the ball, you'd think he'd been doing it for years and was ready to blast this one at top bins. Richards had the ball ready on the spot, but he didn't take any time for extras or any finesse. The guy went straight to business, ran towards the ball and fired this one, over and out. That presentation and performance looked like my academics in high school. The heck was that serious face for when he was going to blast it over? Look how someone in the stands shouted Baggio when Richards cleared the bar. There's a reason for that. I guess the whole pressure thing from 12 yards, well, it's not for everyone. In the 1994 World Cup, Roberto Baggio was Italy's talisman, quite literally too. With the ponytail at the back of his head, he was firing his country to World Cup success. They made it out of the group stages and into the final thanks in large part to Baggio's 5 goals throughout the competition. But in the final itself, Italy was up against it. Brazil were their opponents, and in a tense match that saw both teams refuse to give up, it went all the way to penalties. Brazil was decent from the spot, same with Italy too, meaning it came down to the last set of penalties. And once Brazil scored, all the pressure was on Roberto Baggio to draw Italy level on the shootout score count and send it to sudden death. If you could bet money on any Italian at that point to score and keep it going for Italy, you'd have most likely bet on Baggio scoring, and you'd have been wrong. Dude sent his penalty to Pluto. Baggio's penalty was so bad it earned him a new nickname, the man who died standing. In Baggio's defense, the stakes of the match must have gotten to him. For Wayne Rooney though, with his kid watching from the stands, it was just awful. Manchester United versus Chelsea in the 2011-12 season at Old Trafford. The games between these two this period were always very tense, a game of fine margins. But in this particular version at Old Trafford, United were the dominant team. Pretty soon they turned that dominance into chances and hit a glorious opportunity when they won a penalty against Chelsea. 12 yards was the difference between Rooney extending United's lead and sealing the win in the match. The guy placed the ball and was all locked and ready. Took his run up, but seconds later, Rooney slipped. He hit his standing foot and fell. I don't know if he was trying to blame his studs or the pitch, but come on man, that miss was awful. His kid was there too, and I bet the little man must have poked his dad hard about it. Rooney's miss was so hard it wasn't anywhere near the target or the goal. Completely went south with this one, or north. Felt like he was targeting objects that weren't related to the goalposts in front of him. Sir Alex must have been pissed. I guess he trusted him the way Klopp trusts Salah, to always deliver from the spot. But this one time, Salah had other ideas. Salah was repping Liverpool in the league in 2023 when they took on Arsenal at Anfield. Liverpool needed to win to get any hopes of a Champions League qualification comeback on track. For Arsenal though, they were trying to become the first team since Liverpool to win the league off City. Arsenal surprised Liverpool early and took the lead, but pretty soon Liverpool had a glorious chance of their own, a penalty against Arsenal. Mohamed Salah has always been deadly from the spot over the years, so once the penalty was confirmed, he had the ball in position and was ready. His manager Jurgen Klopp was so confident in Salah's scoring that he turned his back on the pen, looking at the crowd and getting ready to celebrate. Salah took the pen, and what Klopp turned back to see was this, completely wide off the mark. It's funny now because when Klopp turned his back, he looked like a man ready to celebrate. Even the best miss sometimes doesn't mean it isn't funny though. Same with Salah and Ronaldo too. More like Ronaldo again. This time it was at the Euros a few weeks back, and Ronaldo was chasing a record. He was looking to become the first guy to score in 5 consecutive Euro campaigns. And in the match against Slovenia, he came into this one with double reasons too. Ronaldo knew this was going to be his last Euros. He hadn't scored yet, but he wanted to be the guy to lead the team to glory. So when they won a penalty in extra time, you knew it was Ronaldo who was going to take it. For extra confidence, Ronaldo was facing one of the best goalkeepers in the world, Jan Oblak. But he'd also scored against Oblak on multiple occasions in the past, so it should have been business as usual. But Oblak wasn't going down easy this time. He saved Ronaldo's pen, and CR7 couldn't believe it. The miss affected him so badly that he started crying afterward. I don't know man, I mean try to score next time. The miss would have affected him. Looking at it now, Ronaldo isn't exactly an expert when it comes to penalty mind games though. He tried it on an OG in 2020 and lost badly. Ronaldo was still in Italy playing for Juventus in this period when they took on AC Milan in Serie A. Milan was playing well and soon won a penalty against the Juventus team. They had the OG Zlatan Ibrahimovic on the field, so when Zlatan took the ball and placed it down, no one dared to argue. Zlatan was confident in scoring, but Ronaldo believed he had a way of getting into Zlatan's head. And so just before the big Swede took his kick, Ronaldo told his goalie something out loud. He shouted, "You know him past Zlatan's ear, Szczesny." Zlatan didn't flinch. He was dead focused and concentrated, scored his kick and was looking for the guy who tried to taunt him. Watch Ronaldo, man, he didn't turn back. He knew Zlatan had done him bad. Truth is, the mind game tactic can't work against regular pros like Zlatan. It'll always fail. However, guys, it's number 2 on the list, and now at number 1, it's everyone's favorite meme goalie with another one to add to the collection of ever-growing classics. Andre Onana. He was out in the United States with his Manchester United teammates for pre-season, and in one of the blockbuster games in on display, United was going against Arsenal. The game was guaranteed to go to a shootout no matter the scoreline, and when it came to it, Onana was at the centre of it all. He tried desperately to taunt the Arsenal players into missing kicks and playing it over the bar, and one of them was centre-back Gabriel. The thing is, Onana must have completely forgotten Gabriel is Brazilian. These guys make embarrassing football opponents a living out there. And once Gabriel saw what Onana was trying to do, make him look stupid in the shootout, he had a plan to reverse it and make Onana look stupid in return. The plan all hinged on Gabriel scoring his penalty though. So he did his part, and as soon as the ball went in, Onana knew he was done. The picture perfect meme. There's no coming back. That explains why he let in so many goals. He's waiting for United to sign an actual goalie. Just kidding, man, but that penalty meme wasn't. Onana got cooked. Guess that was Karma's way of making him take the fall after he tried to set someone up for drags. And to be honest, Karma's been in the business of doing this way back now. From the German revenge mission to Zlatan's ultimate revenge plan lasting 4 years. Click the next video to see the most satisfying Karma moments in football.